In the midst of all this, I'm still fighting these demons. Feels like I'm always battling them, day in and day out. These demons are real, but they don't look like the ones people usually talk about. They look like werewolves. That's why I call everything demonic, because, frankly, it is. My name is Warren Reed. I'm a simple man. I live out here in the woods, near a mountainside by my cabin. I've seen some crazy things since I moved out here. I used to be a city man, but after the invasion in 2025 to 2026, everything changed. It's like time was set back. I know there are stories about zombies in the major cities, but I don't see any zombies out here. What I see are these dog-like creatures, werewolf demons. And when I see them, I kill them. This is my story. Every day out here feels like a battle for survival. The woods are quiet, but there's always something lurking just beyond the tree line. I've learned to trust my instincts, to listen to the whispers of the wind and the crunch of the leaves beneath my boots. You get used to the silence, but you also get used to the dread that comes with it. I remember when I first noticed them, the werewolf demons. At first, I thought I was seeing things, my mind playing tricks on me, but it wasn't long before they showed themselves clearly enough. Their eyes glowing in the darkness, their snouts twitching as they hunted. There was one night, I swear I could hear them whispering in the woods, like they were calling each other. They're smart, smarter than people give them credit for, and they know how to hunt. But I've been hunting too. I've got my rifle, my axe, and whatever else I can get my hands on. I don't let them get too close. Every time I kill one, it feels like a victory, but it also feels like they're multiplying, like there's no end to them. I used to wonder why I ended up out here. I had everything I could have wanted in the city. Friends, a life. But when the invasion hit, everything changed. The world became a nightmare. People disappeared, cities fell, and the things I thought only existed in stories began to hunt us down. The only choice was to survive. So, I came out here, far away from everything I once knew. Some nights, I wonder if I'm losing my mind. I can't tell what's real anymore. But when I see those creatures, when I hear them snarling in the distance, it all becomes clear. This is the fight I've been thrust into, and I can't turn away from it. There are other survivors out here, but they're few and far between. Most of them are like me, just trying to stay alive, trying to make it another day. But even the survivors are changing. The longer we stay out here, the more like the demons we become. It's hard to trust anyone these days, but I know I can trust my own hands, my own instincts. And if I see one of those beasts again, I'll do what I always do. Kill it before it kills me. Some nights, I sit by the fire and wonder how much longer I can keep this up. I've become a shadow of the man I used to be. The city's noise, its distractions, they feel like a lifetime ago. Out here, it's just me, the forest, and the demons. I've learned things since coming out here. Not just how to fight, but how to survive on my own. I've learned to listen for the sounds that most people would ignore. The crack of a twig underfoot, the wind shifting just right, the distant howl of something unnatural. I don't trust the dark, but I've learned to live with it. I've had my close calls. There was one night when I was out gathering firewood, and I heard something moving in the trees behind me. My heart skipped. I dropped the axe and grabbed my rifle, scanning the woods, but I saw nothing. Then, out of nowhere, it lunged. A beast, twice the size of a man, its fur matted and dirty, eyes gleaming with hunger. I don't know how I didn't freeze, but instinct kicked in. I raised the rifle, pulled the trigger, and the beast let out a howl that could shake the very earth. Fell, but not without a fight. The fight was always brutal. It always felt like they were getting smarter, like they were learning my moves. Sometimes I think I'm not just killing them, I'm killing something else too. I feel it in the way they move, in the way their eyes look at me before they die. There's something more to these creatures than just flesh and bone. But I can't stop. I don't have the luxury to. Because if I stop, if I let my guard down for even a second, one of them will slip through and I'll be gone. A few days ago, I stumbled upon something strange. A cabin much like mine, but it was different. Felt wrong. The windows were cracked, the door slightly ajar. It didn't look like anyone had been there for a while, but I could feel the weight of something heavy in the air. I entered cautiously, my rifle ready. Inside was a journal. The pages were old and worn, but the handwriting was clear. Someone had been keeping notes on the same creatures I've been battling, the same demons. They'd seen them too, and they were writing about them in a way that made my skin crawl. They spoke of these creatures not as beasts, but as something else. Something that was connected to the world in ways we couldn't understand. I read one entry that shook me to my core. The creatures are not just hunting us. They are feeding on something else. They are a part of the darkness that's swallowing this world. And the more we fight them, the more we become like them. I don't know what to think of that, but I do know one thing. It's not just the demons I'm fighting anymore. There's something bigger at play, something darker than I ever imagined. I can feel it in the air. It's like the world is unraveling piece by piece. And the more I fight, the more I wonder if I'm just playing into their hands. The journal left me with more questions than answers. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was pulling the strings behind all of this. These creatures weren't just mindless beasts. They were part of something greater, something that had been set into motion long before the invasion. I've kept the journal with me ever since. Every time I read it, it sends a chill down my spine, like I'm tapping into something I shouldn't. But I need to know more. I need to understand what's really happening to this world, and why these creatures, these werewolf demons, are hunting us down. The nights are the hardest. The demons come more often now. They've gotten bolder, more aggressive. It's like they know something I don't, like they're closing in on me. I'm not sure if it's just the isolation or the fear eating away at me, but I can't help but feel like I'm being watched. I've set traps around the cabin. I've reinforced the door, but I know it's only a matter of time before they figure out how to break through. Jeremy Tubbs is a remarkable individual who is making waves in the world of literature and music. As an author, he's dedicated to creating engaging stories and helping others achieve their dreams. His books are available on platforms like Amazon and bookpals.org, and they are already gaining attention for their insightful content and inspiring messages. Whether it's his expertise in making beats or his ability to craft powerful narratives, Jeremy's work is truly taking over the world. His unique perspective, combined with years of experience, allows him to create stories that resonate with readers and offer practical wisdom for those looking to succeed in the music industry and beyond. Through his books, Jeremy is helping others unlock their potential and build a future filled with creativity and success. Keep an eye out for his growing collection of works. He's on a path to becoming a force to be reckoned with in both the literary and music worlds.